It's a dream, it's a spark, it's a moment so true. Under the stars, just me and you. A kiss so sweet, like the first time. Baekhyun and Chanyeol, riding the ride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Time stood still, the world disappeared. Just your lips in the night we shared. Yeah, 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 yeah. No more distance, no more pain. Together again like fire and rain. Like fire and rain. Hands in the air, we're chasing the glow. This is our story, let the whole world know. From the past to now, we've come so far. You're my forever, my shining star. It's a dream, it's a spark, it's a moment so true. Under the stars, just me and you. A kiss so sweet, like the first time. Baekhyun and Chanyeol, riding the ride. It's a dream, it's a spark, it's a moment so true. Under the stars, just me and you. A kiss so sweet, like the first time. Baekhyun and Chanyeol, riding the ride.
Third person. Time to wake up. Kaisoo screamed from the kitchen, his hands both holding two oven trays. Baekhyun could tell he was so close to banging them off each other, and once he started, he wouldn't be stopping till everyone was awake.
I'm up.
He yelled, earning a groan from his cushion. Chanyeol sighed and Hugin tighter, his eyes still closed, making Baekhyun think that he was still asleep.
Oh, what's going on over here?
Chen wondered, his eyes just barely open as he gazed down at the two boys who were currently entangled in each other's limbs.
Well, I was finally getting warm and just starting to fall asleep when I heard your annoying voice ring through my eardrums.
Chanyeol's low but deep voice tickled its way into Baekhyun's neck, sending shivers down his spine.
Well, someone's grumpy this morning.
Baekhyun giggled, his eyes focusing on the mop of silver hair resting by his cheek. Chanyeol grunted in response, snuggling deeper and pulling Baekhyun closer by his waist.
I highly doubt that, Oma. It's the first time Chanyeol is waking up next to you. I bet he's very happy.
Sehun grinned, helping Muhan with cleaning up the pillows and blankets.
What time did you guys sleep?
Tao wondered, hovering over the two cuddling humans.
About 4 a.m. this morning, right, Beck?
Yeah, it was in and around that time.
Baekhyun nodded, a faint blush creeping up his cheeks.
Wait, did you two change your PJs?
Kai guessed, rubbing his eyes as if he was still half asleep.
No, we didn't.
Chanyeol chatted, sitting up straight, his eyes open and his body very much awake now.
Oh, really?
Chris chuckled, his eyes narrowed.
I smell smoke. Must be someone's pants are on fire.
Chen laughed from the kitchen, making it echo throughout the house.
Pecan, your hair is wet? Did you shower?
Lei speculated, his eyes narrowed as he gazed down at the boy still lying on the pillow. Woo-han was on the blanket, pulling it back and slapping the boys with a pillow, demanding that they explain in detail what the hell happened when everyone was asleep.
Okay, Jesus Christ, Wuhan.
Chanyeol yelled, allowing the pillow to hit him instead of Baekhyun. Once the second eldest stopped his attack, Chanyeol gently helped Baekhyun to sit up properly.
Earlier,
But nothing stopped Chanyeol from leaning down and connecting their lips. Baekhyun at first was surprised, but as their lips stayed connected, his fingers dragged themselves up to Chanyeol's neck, holding him in place as he tilted his head, trying to find a more comfortable position on the hammock. When neither of them could get comfortable and their necks started aching from the awkward angle, Chanyeol wrapped his arms around Baekhyun's waist and picked him up, bringing him onto his lap and allowing his legs to stretch out beside him.
The hammock rocking slightly.
The kiss felt somewhat familiar in a way. The dark clouds above them finally gave way and released the droplets that had been holding for a while now. The fast-moving drops soon soaked the boys almost as soon as they fell, yet they were unbothered by it. If anything, it gave them more drive and romance. Baekhyun clutched Chanyeol's shoulders hard as he pulled himself closer to the other's body. The rain above them pounded harder against their skin, causing them to pull away.
Wow.
The Baekhyun whispered, leaning forward and connecting their forehead. His eyes stayed glued to the giants.
You have no idea how long I've waited to do that.
Chanyeol chuckled, his eyes squinting, as he let out that beautiful laugh that had Baekhyun's stomach flipping. Baekhyun's eyes widened as a memory flashed through his mind, one that told the story of himself on the playground one day, standing before a boy with elf-like ears.
My first kiss.
She began looking into Chanyeol's chocolate brown eyes.
You took my first kiss. You're that child?
Chanyeol's cheeks flared as he realized that Baekhyun had finally recognized him.
I got fitter than the last time you saw me. Huh?
He chuckled shyly, looking at anything but the smaller's eyes.
Do you know?
Well, in my mind, I had my doubts that you weren't him, but my heart told me differently.
Chanyeol, I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Baekhyun muttered under his breath, holding the giant by his cheeks this time.
But in my defense, we were 5 years old, and I have a bad enough memory as it is.
Chanyeol laughed. He laughed so hard that he started shaking the rain droplets off him. Baekhyun watched him with a smile, crawling closer and connecting their lips again, softly bringing Chanyeol's hilarious laugh down to a surprised boom.
As much as I would love to continue this moment,
Chanyeol hinted after having pulled away from the lips he was becoming addicted to.
but we're both soaking wet, and we need to get out of these clothes or else we'll end up getting sick. And you have to move into a dorm to do.
Baekhyun couldn't help but pout, but agreed that Chanyeol's plan was the better option. No matter how badly he wanted to stay on Matoa's lap and kiss the living daylights out of him, he couldn't afford to become sick. He was planning on moving into a dorm, and unpacking his belongings into his room would take a lot of work, work he wouldn't be able to do if he was caught in bed with a fever. Slowly, he retracted his legs and placed them both on the solid ground below him. Chanyeol took his hand as he himself stood up. There was only a small distance between them, and Chanyeol used the space and time wisely, being sure to plant a couple extra kisses on Baekhyun's lips before leaving him back into the house. Quietly, the two had managed to escape up the stairs after having tipped through the living room to grab a hold of Chanyeol's duffel bag, where he would be able to salvage some extra clothes in which he'd be able to sleep in for the rest of the night.
I'll let you take a shower first.
Chanyeol smiled out at the small man curled up in his arms.
So, are you gonna tell us what happened or not?
Chan hollered in their faces, forcing the two daydreaming boys out of their memories.
We just talked outside, then it started raining. We came unshowered and went to bed. Nothing happened.
Baekhyun clarified while trying to control his blush. Both he and Chanyeol had agreed that what happened last night was a moment that only the two needed to know about. They wanted to keep the relationship under wraps for the time being. Well, that's if you could call it a relationship when neither one of them had actually confessed their actual feelings for the other.
The disclaimer, this story is a work of fiction. The real EXO members are private individuals and their personal lives remain undisclosed